IGN hosted another episode of Watch From Home Theater with the actor who played Tim Murphy from Jurassic Park, Joe Mazzello, who dropped some inside knowledge on this classic movie, revealing some of the more interesting moments of the production, including what it was like to work with some of the dinos, what he remembered about shooting the film, and even clarifying some of the rumors from set. There's a link to the full commentary track in the description below, but here are some of the coolest and most interesting tidbits he revealed. While it's untrue that the T-Rex wasn't supposed to come through the roof of the Explorer, still, the scene didn't go exactly as planned. The animatronic dino hit the car with more force than expected, resulting in an unintentional blooper. Not only did the plexiglass break, as you can see here, but
what wasn't supposed to happen is it wasn't supposed to come down as far or with the force it comes down on. So that was supposed to happen. And what actually, and you can see it, like if anyone is watching at home on Blu-ray, or you can pause it on something high def. When the T-Rex did that, it lost a tooth, and they tried for like a half an hour to get the tooth back in. So Spielberg was just like, the heck with it, like just forget it, and we'll do it without the tooth. And so there's a moment in the movie where like the T-Rex opens up wide on us, and it is missing a tooth.
The film shows our heroes being guided on a tour of the park inside remote-controlled Ford Explorers. But as Mazzello revealed, Spielberg relied on a pretty low-tech solution for pulling off the illusion of self-driving cars in a pre-Tesla age.
You know, those cars are supposed to be driving themselves. Well, in reality, there is a guy in the trunk of the car with a little TV screen, you know, smaller than my iPad that I'm on right now. And he is hunched down on his side like this, driving the Jeep, driving the cars. And
wow.
that's how they're being driven. They're being driven by people in the cars in the trunk.
No drivers. They're electric. They run on this track in the middle of the roadway here. Totally non-polluting, top of the line. Spared no expense.
With so much of the original Jurassic Park cast returning for the upcoming Jurassic World Dominion, many fans are wondering if Mazzello and Ariana Richards might also return to reprise their roles as Tim and Lex, respectively. When an IGN viewer asked what he thinks happened to Tim after the end of the original movie, Mazzello replied,
"Of course, I hope we get to find out someday." It is a great question. It's something I do think about all the time, because there's so much I think that you could like do with this character. Like, he was like sort of the obvious heir to like John Hammond's fortune. He was the heir to Jurassic Park, and like, would this experience have turned him away from dinosaurs and make him hate dinosaurs, this thing he once truly loved? Would it be that he wants to be the one to kind of like step in and run the park the way it always should have been ran? You know, I know that there's been like stories about like Tim and what happens to him and where he works, and like he has his own park and like wants to you know, kind of do it with just, you know, dinosaurs that won't eat you. But I just think that like I do think it would be awesome to see what happened to Tim Murphy, you know, as an adult. I don't know, I just think there's so much you could do with that character.
Apparently, Mazzello isn't the biggest fan of this climactic scene where Lex accesses the park's Unix computer network to reactivate the security system, mostly because he felt Tim was too useless during the scene. But when asked if Tim should have acted differently, Mazzello had this to say.
I don't understand what people think I was going to do with that gun. I was going to give it to Dr. Grant? Yeah, then what? He's going to let go of the door. Is Ellie going to be able to hold the raptor down by herself? I don't think so. The two of them can barely do it together. Secondly, do we really want an 8-year-old boy handling a gun? You know what I mean? I think I did the right thing. I rooted on my sister. I was there for moral support. I was in a managerial role, okay? That's a very important thing, all right? And ultimately it worked, because we got out of there alive, didn't we? Do I wish, to answer the question, do I wish I had picked up the gun and done a Rambo and killed every raptor and that was the end of the movie? Like, with Tim, yeah, I do.
The entire plot of Jurassic Park revolves around a freak tropical storm cutting off power on Isla Nublar and setting an entire zoo's worth of man-eating dinosaurs free. In many scenes, it genuinely looks like the actors are battling the worst Mother Nature has to offer, and that's because they were.
That was the thing, is that, you know, the day before it happened, we only had to shoot one more day in Kauai, and then we're going to go to LA and finish up the last 2 months of the film. And it was headed towards Oahu. Like, we were all watching the storm warnings or whatever. And so we're like, me and like Ariana and the kids were all like, sweet, we're going to have big waves tomorrow. Like, we're going to be able to boogie board and like, it's going to be awesome. And then my dad woke me up at 6 o'clock in the morning, like in a panic, and just said, Joe, we got to get out of here. We're back to the hurricane, like, switch course.
and now it's headed directly for us. And then Spielberg, like, he's the man. He just kind of went around. He's like, actually, you know what? We're gonna wait it out. I've been through these things before. We'll be fine. And Spielberg's like mentality was, oh, this is great. Exactly what you said. This is great. Like, we can film this as it's approaching, and maybe we can use it in the movie.
For more from Joe Mazzello, watch the full episode of Watch from Home Theater, and while you're at it, check out Dan Trachtenberg's commentary on what it was like to direct 10 Cloverfield Lane. And for everything else, keep it here at IGN, wherever you like to watch.